right, everybody. Here we go. We are back and we're live. We are here with legendary counter striker. Well, hang on. Where are we? Let's bring it back for the people. Okay, we're back for laying it down with Big D. I'm your host, Big D, and today I am joined by Mr. Osodank, ESEA admin and counter striker extraordinaire. Oso, how are you feeling today?
I couldn't hear what you were saying. You're unmuted.
Oh, am I muted?
Yeah. Now you're unmuted.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. You know, technical difficulties abound when you're doing some amateur recording with Big D, but I am here with Osodank. Oso, how are you feeling today?
Feeling great. It's a great Thursday morning. Feeling wonderful.
Hell yeah. And Oso, I call you Counter Striker Extraordinaire and Mr. ESEA admin, but what is your official capacity as, like, what's your job in the Counter Strike space these days?
My job, like right now, and like role is being the regional coordinator for North America for ESL Challenger League. So I'm part of the tournament management team that pretty much runs ECL, and I do a lot of stuff with ESEA. Still, like marketing and research and things like that. Whatever they need me for, I'm there. So yeah, pretty a lot of things, to be honest.
So a jack of all trades, and we'll call you a master of all as well. So, but that actually makes me wonder how much of the environment in a place like ESEA that does have to, like, because I imagine somewhere like ESEA, everyone in Counter Strike wants to come have a job with Counter Strike, right? But you have to limit how many people work for you, and you have to figure things out with the resources you do have. What you said you kind of do whatever you need. How many people fulfill that kind of role within the, like, ESEA environment? Not necessarily specific to ESEA, but your experience in esports. How many people are doing that kind of role where it's like you got to be able to adapt and pivot at any time?
I feel it depends on whether you're a full-time employee or a contractor. Like I'm a contractor, I'm not a full-time employee. Like I file through 1099 and all that stuff. And that's more so why I am like a jack of all trades, like you said. There's definitely people in the industry that can do what I do and do what I do and fit into different roles and stuff that are needed. But it kind of in North America, at least, like there's not that many people like in my same position and doing the same roles that I do. But I definitely think that there could be if it was needed. And I'm not the only one.
So there's some people with, like, really specifically designed roles that don't go outside of their scope, but for the most part, it just depends on where you are in the structure.
Yeah, pretty much. Depends where you are in the structure, how long you've been like in esports and what you've been working with. Like I've had a lot of different roles over the years, like from when I first started with ESCA to now. It's been a lot. Like I've transferred to a lot of different just positions and yeah, just roles in the company.
You're certainly a name I have seen over the years on, I mean, you're a little bit of a celebrity in my eyes just for the fact I've seen your name for so many years in the ESEA environment. Well, let's go back to the very beginning for Mr. Oso. What's your earliest memory of Let's start with Counter-Strike. Yeah, what's your earliest memory of Counter-Strike? How'd you get into the beast that we all love so much?
So I started with Minecraft. Like PC gaming for me was laptop gaming on Minecraft, and that's where I started with like gaming. And my friends in Minecraft, because I was like a server admin mod in some Minecraft servers, and we all like played video games together. And they played Counter Strike, and I never played Counter Strike before, and I was like, this looks like a fun game. I want to play. Um, And so yeah, like that's where I found Counter-Strike was through just friends in Minecraft and playing with them. And not all of them, but some of them cheated in Counter-Strike. They used cheats, and I got to like a really high rank really fast because they were just cheating, and I didn't really understand. Like I never cheated, but like I didn't really care that they cheated, and that's what kind of led me to go from matchmaking, normal matchmaking in Counter Strike to ESEA because I was like, I don't want to play with cheaters. I don't want to like, even though they're friends of mine. I didn't want to play with cheaters, so that's why I started playing ESEA.
Are you still friends with these people to this day?
Some of them, yeah, 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 some of them. Mhm.
Do they still cheat at video games?
Not that I know of. I mean, we were kids. I mean, we were just kids in high school and middle school playing video games and stuff. And yeah, again, make it clear, I never cheated, never installed cheats. I hate cheating. In any kind of video games, I definitely have always had that sentiment. And yeah, that's why I kind of came to ESCA because I was like, hey, this is where the pros play, no cheaters.
Well, and that actually makes me wonder because you talk about it being you guys were all kids, and obviously there's a lot more forgiveness for kids. Like I was at LAN this weekend, and you get it's very easy to get caught up in the swirl of drama in the region or whatever and be like, oh, down with this person or whatever, grab your pitchforks, the mob mentality, right? But then you meet some of these people in person and you're like, oh my God, you have the mental faculties of a literal child. Like, I'm being mad at a child. How many like, I don't know how clear your picture is of like the cheating ecosystem from your vantage point in Counter Strike, but obviously there's an issue in our ecosystem. Is it as nefarious as we think it is? Like, do you feel like there's as many people out there being like rubbing their hands together, like, ah, I got this guy and ruined his day, or how much of it is just kids doing something stupid?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like I definitely think that it's not just like one case of like one select group of people. I think it ranges from all ages who play video games and stuff to why they would want to cheat in Counter Strike, whether they're playing Premier and just want to cheat in Premier, or they're wanting to compete in higher like areas of the game and trying to cheat on platforms like such as ESCA Face It, because obviously there are cheaters and they get banned. It's not like I can just say like, oh yeah, there's no cheaters. Like of course when there's gonna be video games, there's gonna be cheaters in video games in whatever game. Like there's cheaters in every game. Uh, and I don't know if it's as like nefarious as like everyone is cheating because like a lot of the sentiment from the community is like so many people are cheating, and I'm definitely a big believer of like innocent until proven guilty, and like there needs to be evidence, and if someone's cheating, and like there needs to be evidence for them to get banned. I I don't know if it's like as big of a problem as people say it is. I don't really have too much knowledge on things like the anti-cheat for things like Face It and ESCA when it was its own platform. Like I was never part of the anti-cheat team. Um, I think the farthest I ever did was review demos for people who might have been cheating to find like suspicious clips or moments in a game that would mean or indicate that they're cheating that then could be passed on to the relevant teams and stuff like that. Like that was pretty much my farthest involvement um, in cheaters and Counter Strike.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, and I think that you hit it as well. Like, yeah, there's a cheating epidemic in our video game, and any competition or video game is gonna have cheaters in it, especially if you combine the two. But there's also another epidemic in Counter Strike, and that's the amount of people that are willing to just say, "Oh, that guy's cheating because I'm losing right now," or like the whole nature of this game is that one person out of 10 people in a server is very likely to just walk through the other people on the team, one side or the other, is going to have a really good game. And yet there's so many people that the moment that starts happening, they're cheating. And yeah,
Absolutely.
we got to work on the community mentality as well. I know I know that's like a weird like old man thing, or old player thing, is like the older players that I play with, they are the fastest to call cheats because, oh no, I remember how it was when I was younger, and this guy would not be getting a one up on me right now.
Yeah, like
Uh,
who would do like they're like it's excuses. Like who would do that? Like nobody would do that. And
oh,
like I feel like there's so many people like players in the game who were accused of cheating. Stewie 2K, like notoriously accused of cheating by the North American community, ended up winning a major. Like if he was banned for cheating just because everyone said he was cheating, we would not have him in the game. Same for Monacy, same for Donk, same for Zaiwu, who start like, a lot of these players started on ESCA and
Rops
destroyed
literally
in
got
their open
shipped
matches.
out to the Faceit offices to prove he wasn't cheating.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I don't know how much of it is people who just want to say everyone's cheating that's better than them, or like is there an actual problem? I know in like there is a cheater problem. Like I mean, in any game there's going to be, and I definitely think that it's just consistently updating and combating cheaters with anti cheats, and the community also doing their due diligence and calling out people, because I think calling out people is fine. Like that, like questioning, like that's why Rops was flown out to the Faceit office. They questioned whether he was a legit player or not, and they wanted to prove, like that he is a legit player, and he did. And now he's on Vitality, like previously Phase, like playing at the top tier 1 level. It's yeah, I mean, it just depends.
Yeah, well, and I have one more. I have one more question since we're on the topic of discussing cheats in Counter Strike. The future, what obviously AI is going to be the future of an anti-cheat, but it's also going to be the future of cheats themselves. Do you think that there is a point where AI actually makes these competitive video games, uh, not just Counter Strike, but any of them, makes these competitive video games pretty much cheater free, where it's like literally a less than 1% chance you're getting a cheater? Or do you think that we're going to move in the opposite direction where it's going to be even worse? Or the third option as well, do you think it's going to kind of just be the continued same perverted arms race that goes back and forth where the cheaters
You
get
cut out in that
past the
last part. You're muted right now.
Oh, can you hear me again?
Yeah, I
I
hear
don't
you
know.
again. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I apologize. I don't know why I keep getting. I have to have my iPad plugged in over here. It's a whole thing. I'm all wired up.
You're
Uh,
okay. I heard your
uh,
question though. Like how I would answer that is like cheating is a constant cat and mouse game. Like that was an article released by ESCA back in 2018, 2019. It was called Cat and Mouse, and it talked about how the anti-cheat and cheaters who try to cheat in the game, like it is a cat and mouse game, and like where there's constant updates being both made to cheats and anti-cheats. And as you introduce AI, I don't know if the problem will change. I don't think there will ever be a point where anti-cheats will be 100% perfect, even if using AI, because the cheats will then use AI themselves. It'll be a constant back and forth between just between cheaters and anti-cheats. Like there really isn't like ideally, like the future is that like anti cheats are perfect and you can't cheat whatsoever. And I don't know if it'll ever get to that point. I hope it does. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much like that's pretty much how I see it. Like going down. Like AI will keep developing, keep continuing. And both anti cheat and cheats will get more developed and more advanced, and we'll just have to combat it and do our best to prevent it.
yeah, I think you're right. I think that even though AI will be a more powerful tool, it still is just a tool, and it's not inherently good or evil one way or the other. It's going to be up to the human behind that, and humans aren't just going to magically stop being evil or doing nefarious things because AI has come out. So yeah, I think it will be a continued perverted arms race, and I think that if you want to be a better Counter-Strike player, you just kind of got to accept that it's going to be a part of the game, and some days it sucks, but you just have to keep pushing on through to the other side. Um, well, I think that's enough about cheating in Counter-Strike, because that's depressing as hell of a topic, but I do appreciate you sharing your thoughts on it. Let's talk about something that is a little more exciting, but can also be kind of depressing: North American Counter-Strike. Uh, you've got. We don't have to talk specifically, like any specific team, since you have that admin position, and I would assume you kind of want to maintain objectivity in that position. But how do you feel about North American Counter Strike right now compared to the rest of the globe?
I think North American Counter Strike is developing like consistently. Like more orgs are coming into the scene, and of course, like orgs left, and like they're coming and going. Players are coming and going. Especially like when Valorant came out, and many pro CS players moved from Counter Strike to Valorant. But a lot of people still stayed in Counter Strike and still developed the North American like community for Counter Strike. I definitely think it's going in a positive direction. I mean, there's more and more support coming in. More and more players are being like picked up on tier one teams. Complexity picking up CXCI and Nick X, like two players who were in the semi-pro scene of North American Counter Strike and played on many different kind of like tier two and tier three teams when they were first playing and first coming up. I think that's only a good sign. Um, Elite going to phase, like there's a lot of like indications that NACS is going in a positive direction in terms of player retention, in terms of orgs supporting North America, and yeah, like I while it is like a depressing topic for a lot of people to talk about, because compared to the rest of the globe and EU, when there's so many teams ranked on the VRS, and there's a lot more competition and a lot more practice in EU. I think it is getting better in NA. Like over time, more and more teams are coming here and forming organizations, competing, in team houses and all this stuff. I think it's only growing, which is a good sign. And I don't see it like dying anytime soon. I definitely think it's a worthwhile investment for players in NACS to keep grinding and keep playing, and you never know what opportunities can come to you, and what opportunities will come to the scene as well with a lot of the changes that Valve is making with VRS, which kind of changed the game a lot for all regions, especially because before it was like the wild wild west with just whatever tournament organizers wanted to use for inviting teams and all this stuff. Now there's a clear indication of rules, whether they're the best or not. I mean, that's definitely up to community interpretation, and a lot of people would tell you that it's not perfect, and of course, there are flaws and there are issues, but I think those are getting ironed out, or will get ironed out eventually, and we'll have a consistent like rule set, and Valve will kind of help grow all of these regions with their changes and whatever they want to do for tournaments and organizers and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of my answer to that.
I think that's a nice answer. That actually gives me a lot of hope, because some days interacting with the people that from my position as a caster and going from org to org, some days it feels like, you know, North American Counter-Strike is right around the corner from another major win, and some days it feels like it's like, what are we even doing here right now? But I think you're right. I think that it's one of these things that if you break it down to the core passion of the community, that really has not gone anywhere. That continues to grow. Like, and I think that as long as that's there and Valve isn't giving up on Counter-Strike and giving it the TF2 treatment, we'll be fine. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where Counter-Strike goes, and I agree. I've been really excited seeing some of the bigger org names in our region start investing and developing more talent. Okay, are you going to be at the major this year?
No, I did not get tickets for the major. They were a little too expensive, and I also just didn't get the opportunity to get them. So I won't be at the major this year, but I still do think Complexity is going to win the major. North America is going to win the major in North America again, as they did in Boston. I 100% think that, and Complexity will win the major.
Okay, that's a bold statement. I
I've been,
like it.
yeah, I've been saying
You
that since the
have been
beginning.
saying it for a while.
I believe
Uh
it.
and I'm sure you've never been asked this question, but are you related to Grim in any way, shape, or form?
That's funny. It's a funny question. Grim, Mike, and I go way back. We've known each other for a very long time since I started playing on ESCA pretty much and coaching. I knew Grim and Snakes and Voltage, and I coached behind them at Philadelphia, Atlantic City, and we've been friends for a long time. And yeah, I can see how like asking if we're related because we're both bald. But yeah, Grim's my boy, and he's awesome. And yeah, I've always supported him, and happy to see him thrive in the current you know state of Counter Strike. I'm really excited to see where he goes in the game, and yeah, I wish him nothing but the best. And yeah, I'm always watching, always supporting when I can.
That's awesome. And I hope I didn't offend you by asking that question. It's not just you guys having the same haircut. You guys definitely look similar as well past that. So we're just asking for fun, and I actually did not know that you knew him that well, so that's pretty cool. And it leads us to another question. You used to coach?
Yeah, I used to coach. Yeah, yeah, I did. I went to Philadelphia a couple times. Philadelphia, man, what's it, 12 or 14 or something like that. I coached for my first time, and like at LAN and Atlantic City with Grim, MOTM, uh, Voltage, Snakes, and MCE. I was the coach behind them at that LAN. Uh, I wouldn't say I was the best, but I tried to put in work and tried to do a lot of demo reviewing, which kind of like helped me in the future with the job I have now because I reviewed a lot of demos, and I mean mostly was just like strategical stuff. But as time went on, it kind of helped and lended to what I do now, or what I have done in the past with Counter Strike and ESCA. But yeah, yeah, that was like a whole arc for me before I started at ESCA. Was playing and mostly coaching.
That's really interesting. I want to ask you as well then, because I think coach is like one of these roles that doesn't, to me, from it doesn't look like it has a very defined like outline. It's like a coach plays many different roles in many different rosters. It all kind of sees how they fit. What does coaching mean to you personally? Like, what is a good coach in Counter Strike and esports terms to you? And then the follow up question to that is, do you think that role changes at all between when you're playing in a LAN tournament versus online?
Yeah. So like how I view coaches, there's definitely different types of coaching. Like you have strategical coaches and you have coaches who are like managerial coaches. Like I would say like those are like the two main types. I guess you like say like hype coaches is also like a thing too, where like they're not really coaching, but they're there to bring the team together and hype them up and get them focused into the game. Uh, Strategical coaches review strats, write down, the pages of notes you see uh, in these tier one tournaments from these teams. A lot of that comes from the coaches, especially the top coaches in the game. They'll have many pages on just one opponent to give to each team member. And the coaches work really closely with the IGLs and stuff is as well. Strategical coaches do to develop the game, to develop their team's game and craft not just anti strats, but just strats for the team itself and figuring out what pieces work well with each other, who isn't working well with each other, like what needs to change, what are the mistakes, what are the flaws. A lot of coaches, that's a big part of it is figuring out what are the mistakes being made, how can those mistakes be fixed and resolved, and does something need to be done to like lend to that? Does a player need to be cut? Does a player need to be added, or change roles or swap to a different position? uh I would say that is a huge part of coaching and managing the scrims and stuff. Like that's a more managerial side, managing the sponsors, getting the team's travel stuff, booked, boot camps as well. There's a lot of things coaches do in the game and a lot of different positions and roles that can be either filled by like the IGL of the team or by the coach or by both. It kind of just depends. And what was the second part of your question?
The second part was, do you think that that role changes at all, like from playing in an online tournament to playing at a LAN tournament?
Yeah, 100% it does. Yeah. When you're at a LAN tournament, you only have the time you have at the land center or wherever you are to talk to the players and prepare for that tournament. And there isn't like really much else you can do than having good preparation and being in the moment with the team, like having ideas to come up with, or if a player tilts, you want to pause the game and like get them not tilted, untilted, and figure out what the next plan is instead of thinking about the previous round. And online, it's more so like your team plays a match online, and you bring preparation to the team, to the IGL, and it is definitely a lot more time and a lot you can do a lot more. You can talk to the team throughout the entire game because a lot of online tournaments aren't managed or aren't not managed but aren't supervised like that. Like only for the majors and stuff can coaches not talk to the teams, but for ESCA league matches, for example, coaches can talk to their team at any point during the
They
game.
could be IGLing the whole thing.
They could be IGLing the whole thing, which is why Valve kind of stepped in and made it so like coaches can't talk during the entire game, only during tactical timeouts and all this stuff. And tournament organizers, adhered to that and followed that rule to kind of nerf coaches because we saw a huge issue with coaching, especially with the coach scandal that happened uh, back in CS:GO, uh, and yeah, yeah, like that's what I would say. It is different between LAN and online. And online, you can have a lot more to say and a lot more to do with the team than you can on LAN because you have to be in the moment and ready to only talk during 30 seconds that you get three or four times during a match, depending if you go overtime or not. It just depends. But yeah, it's definitely different for sure.
That makes sense. There's a lot more prep work that has to go into the LAN tournament where you get everything prepared and then hand it off to your players and say, okay, take what I've given you and work with it versus being able to just integrate all of it during the online match. Let's see. What else have we got here? So do you play any other esports or is Counter-Strike your only game? Are you a challenger in League of Legends secretly that we don't know about?
No, I've never touched League of Legends ever. I've never installed it, never even played a single game in it. Everybody that that plays League tells me not to play it, so I've stuck to that advice. I play mostly Counter Strike. I have like almost 20,000 hours in the game. I've played a lot over the years, and really any other esports, I tried Valorant when it first came out for a season, and I was like just trying it out, seeing what the new game was like. I'll hop on some new games here and there. Currently, I like playing Squad. I've been playing Squad with my roommates and stuff, and having a good time with that. That's a pretty interesting game with like not really an esport, um, but yeah,
But hella fun
not
role
really.
play.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun role playing as like yeah, like military commanders and stuff like that. It's interesting. I've been having fun with it. Yeah, like I really haven't played any other like esports to the point of Counter Strike. I've really only focused on Counter Strike and developing my game and improving as much as I can and learning as much as I can. Um, yeah, with that.
Yeah, I agree. It seems it across all esports, everybody kind of picks their thing, and that's like, no, that's the thing I'm dedicated to. That's the one that tugs on my heartstrings the most, and I feel like I'm married to, and I'll never give up on it. Well,
Oh yeah.
so did you when you originally played? What was the first Counter Strike you played? Was it Source or Go?
It was Go. Yeah, I played
It was
Go
Go.
on a laptop. Yeah, I played Go on a laptop and just regular matchmaking, competitive, like whatever that was back in the day. Um, yeah, I never played Source or 1.6. I think I played like an hour of Source after Go came out and play with some friends and stuff. And I was like, wow, this is a lot different than Go. And I started playing Go in 2013, um, and joined ESCA in 2014. Like made my account and started playing on ESCA. And that was really, yeah, that was really it. Like I really grinded, um, Counter Strike and just wanted to play that.
So you, because I started 2013 Go as well. That was that's when I first built my PC. I was 23 years old and console gamer my whole life. Finally got a PC and was so ready for Counter Strike. I watched Go from 2013 until up till 2023, was it when they came out with the beta for CS2? Uh, I Go took a very long time for it to become the playable game that it is today. And obviously, CS2, that transition has had a lot of growing pains. Do you feel like it's on the same trajectory to be the game it's supposed to be? Because obviously, it still has a lot of issues with networking and online. From what it sounds like, it feels pretty great online or on LAN, but online, it has a lot of issues still. Do you feel like it's on the same trajectory to be the great game that CS:GO was by the end of its life cycle? Or and what are some of the things that you think CS2 most desperately needs to get there?
I think CS:GO was a good game. Like it was good. It was like there was issues obviously with it. Like I don't know if it was perfect, but a lot of people say it was perfect. I think CS2 in its current state is really great. I don't think that I think that it is better than CS:GO. When even after 10 years of CS:GO being out, I think CS2 at its current point is better, especially with just with the graphics, the smokes and stuff, acting differently with like how you can blow them away with nades and how you can shoot through them. There's a lot of things in CS2 that are different than CS:GO. That while a lot of people, I think I'm in the minority when I would say that CS2 is better than CS:GO currently, and it's only getting better at a faster rate. And sure, there are issues like networking issues and uh like issues with the engine itself, maybe that they have to tweak, but I think that they're only progressing there and it's only getting better. I really don't think CS:GO is better than CS2. Like if I went back and played CS:GO now, I would think CS2 is better. I haven't even touched CS:GO since CS2 came out because it's a new game. It's a new engine. Why do I want to go back and play the old engine? I don't need to. Like I'm excited for the future of Counter Strike, and I only want it to be updated and changes made that are good for the game and good for the not just the casual scene but the pro scene as well. Because every change that's made in Counter Strike affects the pro scene. Even super small changes of changing a gun from $50 less or $50 more, it changes how the game is played completely at the top level. And yeah, I think that yeah, CS2 is in a great state, and things that could be like changed or added in CS2. I mean, I'm not even sure. Like, it does feel like a bit wonky sometimes. Like you're just seeing someone run across your screen and just destroying you, and you don't even get a chance to react. But I think at like when it's being played on zero ping on LAN, it's a really great game, and that is kind of what is more important. To me, especially working in the esports industry, like the for the pros, for it to be like as perfect as it can be, and then we cater to the casual community.
Yeah, I like that. Well, and makes me happy to hear that because I am I'm with you. I think I don't know if I would 100% agree that CS2 is in a better state, but I could be having more issues with it because I also have really bad internet where I am in southern Arizona. Like the internet connection is just really spotty here. So I think that lends to me being more frustrated with it more often. But I do agree that I think a lot of people wore rose tinted glasses the moment CS2 came out and they're like, oh, where's my perfect CSGO? And it's like, are you kidding me? I've been listening to you people scream about what a broken piece of shit this game is for 11 years, and this comes out and has a few bugs, and you're like, bring it back, give us it back. And yeah, it's wild to watch the community in Counter Strike. All right, well, I don't want to keep you forever here. I like to keep these around the length of a pug. So I've got one last question here for you, Oso. What and this one isn't necessarily just Counter Strike related, but what kind of advice have you got for the general younger crowd out there? If you could talk to your younger self, give a piece of advice, if you anything, what get on a soapbox and preach.
All right, I like this. I like this. If I had to give like younger people advice, I think life is not about finding yourself; it's about creating yourself. It's about how you create the person you're going to be, and the actions that you take now and what you do in life now will affect you in 10 or 5, 10 years. It really is like I would say that you just need to find what makes you happy and pursue like things and goals that will better you as a person. I think we should all be kind to each other. I think life is hard enough. I don't think we need to all be assholes to each other. I've heard a lot of things being an admin, especially with moderating pugs and moderating games itself, and people just being frustrated and lashing out at other people. And I think we all just need to be kind to each other, and kind of have more empathy, uh, and understand that it's a big world and not everyone is going to uh, do or say the right things. And people are going to make mistakes. But I think if you focus on yourself and you just try to be your best self. I really think that's what I would say to my younger self is that live your life trying to be your best self and strive towards being a better person and learning, and don't don't follow uh like don't strictly follow what anyone like says. Like I don't think you have to um model yourself after another person. I think it's about creating yourself. Yeah. I really think that's what I would say. The work ethic that you employ earlier in life will develop you later in life. And I'm really fortunate to be in the place that I am, and I'm really happy to be part of such an amazing community. And I've met so many awesome people along the way, including you. Um, and it's been great, and I only look forward to the future. And yeah, I think that's what I would say.
I think that's beautiful. I really like how you said that too. It's about creating who you want to be and making that happen through your actions instead of waiting around to see if life turns you into that person. You got to take action and you got to create you create your own luck, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And there may be bad luck along the way, but you can't have ups without downs. And I think that's important to remember. And yeah, we should all just be nice to each other and understanding. And um, yeah, that's what I would like to see.
I like that. Well, I I think that that's a really positive outlook to have, especially if you if part of your job is to review pugs and listen to people crashing out. I mean, and to maintain that kind of sunny disposition. I think that's really awesome. And yeah, well, Oso, I really appreciate you coming on here, and we'll have you back again someday as Counter Strike continues to develop. Laying it down with Big D is going to be here from now until the end of time, and I say that, and we'll stop recording here in 2 months and never hear from me again. Just kidding, just kidding. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and everyone at home, and that's gonna be it. Let's
I appreciate you inviting me. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, dude.
It was great.
Okay. Get up.